Hi everybody, it's Joe. Welcome to the weekend. You did it! You made it! You made it! Woo! Woo! I did too. I made it also. Excuse me. I just finished my semester with school, my school term, and I just wrote the biggest paper yesterday. I wrote it about what it would look like to write about non-binary people in literature. What if we had stories? That's what I do. I write stories about non-binary people. So anyways, so today, this week we are defining our gender, and, there's hair on my, it's fine. Anyways, this week we're defining our gender, and I did this a little while back on my own channel, my personal channel, and I'm guessing some of you have seen that video, but if you haven't, I'm putting it on this channel as well because I was like, oh, well, I defined it. I couldn't think of a way to define it again. So here it is for your viewing pleasure. The definition of galaxygender, as I understand it on this day. Galaxygender, relating to galaxies. The experience of gender so large it cannot be seen all at once. Having both unity and multiplicity. The experience of being plural and singular in self. Sense of continual expansion. The more you understand your gender, the bigger it becomes. Feeling of connection with gravity. So I'm gonna break this down bit by bit to explain further because what? I like big confusing definitions, I guess. Relating to galaxies. When I say relating to galaxies, I mean a literal feeling of empathy or connection with galaxies. Also, the gender relates to galaxies in definition. The experience of gender so large it cannot be seen all at once. This could be manifested as never feeling fully understood by yourself or by anybody else. That's how it feels for me, like nobody ever understands me, and that's not anybody's fault. It's just that there's too much going on to actually be understood, and it's okay. The experience of being continually surprised by who I am and what I do or want to do. For example, I'm autistic, and I'm intersex, and I'm a writer, and I'm an experimental cook, and all of these things have surprised me about myself. Also, it comes with a feeling of anticipation for what I'm going to learn about myself in the future. Having experienced so much surprise, I'm like, holy shit, I didn't know that I was that person. I'm really excited about in the future what I'm going to learn then. Also, an experience of euphoria, of gender euphoria, when I think about the mystery and the unknownness of who I will be in the future, who I will be tomorrow, what I will know about myself. That's a euphoric experience for me, oddly enough. Having both unity and multiplicity. The experience of being plural and singular in yourself. My whole life, when people have asked me my feelings or how to make a decision, I've always been like, well, part of me thinks this, and part of me thinks this, and another part of me thinks that, and there are so many parts of me. So understanding that, yes, there are so many parts of me, and I'm still singular me in the multiplicity of parts, of bits, pieces. Each part is unique and individual and needed. Each part is unified in that they are all of me together as one, me. I feel euphoria because of the freedom I have to exist as all of my bigness, all of the plural parts, all of that, and still be me, this body, this brain, this. My brain is in my body. Why do we disconnect our brain from our body? It's this is the disconnect we're talking about, but the neck is part of the body too. Oops, we got distracted. Sense of continual expansion. The more you understand your gender, the bigger it becomes. So it's really hard to define this gender. It has been because one of the markers of this gender is fluidity, like this is a fluid gender, it's not static, and that makes it really hard to define. Because of that, the rate of understanding and learning necessary to like keep up with the like growing and expanding that I do within myself, it's really fast when compared to other people, but really necessary in order to keep up with the continual rate of change that happens within me. And then I get euphoria through personal growth. So like experiences of working so hard to understand a piece of myself or to like shape a part of myself a way that I really wanted it to be shaped. So like my self-talk, I get euphoria because I learned how to like call myself sweetheart in my head and honey. And I get euphoria from like that personal growth that happened because I'm like expanding and making more room for myself to exist. Strong connection with gravity and other forces. Can I tell you a story that goes with this one? Story time! One time I was in an Al-Anon group, which is for families of alcoholics. And you know, in AA, you have to have a higher power. I'm really bad at that game because I grew up having to like live under the rule of a higher power, Christian God. And so I just resist the idea of anything like having power over me because no. So anyways, I had to come up with a higher power and I was like, well, fuck. Gravity is a much stronger power than I am. So gravity is my higher power. But it was also a clue into who I am. It's like I get the sense of other forces beyond myself causing expansion and growth within myself, causing like expansion, you know, bigness. Like the way gravity acts on a galaxy. Gravity grounds me and holds me together and allows me to have every individual piece of myself within my whole self. It like holds it all together and gives it all space all at once. What a cool force. And I get a big sense of euphoria from like the security provided by gravity. I get a like ungrounded, like, what's that word? It's the word I can never remember because it happens all the time. Dissociation. When I get dissociated, one of the best ways to ground myself is to think about gravity and literally like how gravity is holding me on surfaces and holding my clothes on my body and keeping my organs in place and like helping me to breathe and helping my brain to function correctly. It's a very comforting thing, gravity. There you go. That is Galaxygender by Joe Progo. And that's all. Oh, I will see you next week. Have a good weekend. This is Joe without this binary. What else do I say at the end? Believe in yourself. Bye.